Hi, Anthony Signorelli here to talk a little bit about post-capitalism and climate change. You know, one of the questions I get asked most often is, Tony, isn't the idea of post-capitalism a little radical? Do we really need to do that? Do we really need to be in that place in order to solve climate change? Why can't carbon taxes work? Why can't cap and trade work? Why can't the free market solve this problem? Well, the basic reason is that climate change comes from capitalism. It is, in essence, the collective externality of capitalism. All the pollution, all of the carbon that's been burned, all the results of burning oil and gas and coal and wood and all of that has been pollution collected into the atmosphere, especially in the last century or so, we know that, but also over several centuries as capitalism needed to burn things in order to power industrialism, in order to power the heating of our homes, in order to power our cars, all of that kind of stuff. So let me ask you a question. Why is putting a limit on doing the same thing that we've been doing for hundreds of years the answer to climate change? It really doesn't make any sense. The answer to climate change is to do things differently, and that's what we want to see happen. Post-capitalism happens to be the answer to that because post-capitalism is, in fact, not capitalism. It is something different. Let me give you one great example. In capitalism, as I mentioned, oil, coal, gas, those are extractive activities. We take them out of the ground. We drill holes or dig holes or whatever it is, and we take stuff out of the ground, and then we go to burn it. That's an extractive economy, and capitalism is inherently, intrinsically extractive. In post-capitalism, we will have a convertive economy instead of an extractive economy. And what I mean by that is that we will begin to see that things convert from one thing to another without causing pollution, without burning anything. As an example, probably the most famous one is solar power. The sun shines down, it shines onto a converter, and then it converts it into electricity that we use in our homes. That's conversion. It doesn't create scarcity. It doesn't mean that I have a gallon of oil, so you can't have a gallon of oil, or I have a gallon of gas in my car, so you can't have that gallon of gas in my car. It's more like breathing. It's abundant. You know, if I breathe and you breathe, it doesn't mean either one of us has less air to breathe. But when we burn stuff for a long period of time, it creates carbon and creates other pollutants that go into the atmosphere and eventually collect there. In order to stop that, we need a new system. We can't solve it simply by limiting the amount of that we do. We can solve it by changing what it is we do fundamentally. And conversion is what causes, or is what is one of the underlying principles, I should say, of post-capitalism. That's why we want to go to a convertive economy. Our job going forward is to think of all the ways that we can create a convertive economy to supplant the extractive economy that we have today. That's what social theorists and economists and even business people today, climate change activists, environmentalists, that's what they're all really should be working on and are looking forward to. And to tell you the truth, most of the creative entrepreneurs are. Of course we have the oil industry. Of course we have coal. Of course we have people who are dependent on those things and they're not going to be, excited about ending what they believe is their livelihood. But what the really four leading people are doing is trying to tackle this problem. I want you to think about that a little bit. If this is interesting to you, share it with some friends. I'm Anthony Signorelli. I'm the author of Speculations on Post-Capitalism and the founder of postcapfuture.com. I hope you'll join us there, join our community, share the information that we are sharing with others, and I will talk to you again sometime soon.